What's up, guys? So I bring you a POCL match I had against Steve Angello. This is week 2. I got TXO'd on week 1 against Hack, a good friend of mine. So I actually had to redeem myself this week, definitely. Um, but yeah, POCL was the last POCL was my first actual official tournament. So yeah, I came back this year in XY. So yeah. My team is a team I built around Trick Room, Cresselia, and Mega Mawile, and Coffee Tail Core trapping Will-O-Wisp Arceus that might put some trouble in Mega Mawile. And yeah, T-Tar fits very well on this team, I feel like, because it covers like a bit of a hollow weakness and Yveltal weakness as well. So yeah, and yeah, it actually offers a sand for Escadrille, which actually fits really well on this team, just because it can rapid spin, and it's also a very fast sweeper in case I need to check Xerneas. And yeah, range and stuff like Mewtwo, just so Mawile doesn't get pressured that much. Palkia just overall support to hit KO in Xerneas and stuff, or going home with Hydro Pump and just checking character in general. It's a very useful mod on this team, definitely. But yeah, my opponent's team isn't actually a team that a friend of mine Blame made. It has a defensive Hippowdon, I believe that's Banded Ho-Oh, support Arceus that you're gonna see in the battle. Aegislash to check Xerneas, as well as dropping stuff like Gengar because it has Pursuit. I mean, why would you not run why would you run Aegislash without Pursuit? Dialga, which I honestly don't know what set it is, probably Scarf or something like that. But yeah, Mewtwo. I know Steve Angello likes Stall 2 a lot, but I just decided to risk that because I thought he would, since Stall 2 6-0'd me last game. I kind of thought he wouldn't bring Stall 2, predicting me to prepare a lot for it. But, yeah, you're gonna see later in this battle that my opponent is, has a totally different mentality. So, yeah, let's get right into the battle. All right, I'm gonna lead it with T-Tar. He's gonna lead with Arceus Water. He's gonna go for Will-O-Wisp right off the bat. I should slow this down a little bit. All right, I go for Toxic because it honestly puts me in a very good position, having this Arceus Toxic, just for the fact that it can stay in for that long. And then I go into my Cresselia. I don't want to go for Stealth Rock just yet, just because I don't want to take the Judgment. So just because I need it for something else later on in the game. Anyways, I'm gonna predict Hippowdon to come in, and I'm gonna go back into my Palkia. And I'm gonna go for Hydro Pump. I have no reason not to. He actually goes into his Dialga, and I'm gonna actually risk this here, since I saw. I think my reasoning was that I thought his Dialga would be Life Orb because of more offensive pressure, and I actually predicted him to set up the rocks right there. So that was definitely a risk versus reward situation that definitely worked out for me. So yeah, he's gonna go into his Mewtwo. I'm gonna go into my Cresselia. He crits me, and which may not actually seem like it mattered a lot, but it actually does, because I cannot switch my Cresselia safely. Safely. I don't know. Anyways, I go for the payback just in case. It might sound absurd, but in case he stayed in with Focus Blast and missed, and I hit it up with very good damage. But yeah, then I go into my Escadrille. He goes into his Ho-Oh. I'm not gonna risk him being faster than me just yet, just because I don't know if he's running like a fast Banded Ho-Oh or something. So I'm just gonna sack the most expendable member of my team, which is Coffee Tail, because Arceus is already poisoned, so that's not much of a nuisance anymore. And Coffee Tail was only going to set up on Arceus Water, and he was going to get revenge kill by Aegislash afterwards. So yeah, I'm gonna sack my Gothita once again to the Hollow, so I can bring my Palkia safely again. And just bringing in Palkia just gives me a lot of momentum right now, because nothing really appreciates taking a hit from me now that Arceus is poisoned. Except that I miss Hydro Pump and Aegislash takes away my momentum. So, yeah. He's gonna go for Toxic right here, predicting me to stay in. I believe he predicts me to predict Pursuit, but no, I wouldn't think he will reveal it just yet, just because he's pretty early in the game. And I went for the Rapid Spin right there, just in case he went to switch into Hippowdon or Ho-Oh. But yeah, he goes for his King Shield. Then I go for the Earthquake as he brings in his Arceus Water. He sacks it, and now he goes into his Mewtwo, which, yeah, it's a big threat. I go into my Tyranitar now just to get up the sand once again. I know I'm going to die to Burn, but yeah, I'm gonna bring in my Escadrille now, I believe, yeah. And I decide just to go for the Earthquake here. On hindsight, I really wanted to go for Rapid Spin right there, just because I needed rocks to be away, but it was just a very risky play, I believe. But I go into my Cresselia predicting him to slack off, as I'm now going to go for Lunar Dance. That was the play I was talking about, because if Teldrock were not there, my Palkia would have gone in like freely, and yeah, it would have given me a much better chance to win the game. But yeah, he's gonna sack his Ho-Oh, as he's now gonna go into his Aegislash. I know he's gonna predict my switch, so I'm just gonna go for the for the Fire Blast. He goes for Pursuit. He crits me, which I'm gonna explain how this crit actually mattered, because it actually did. It may not seem like it did, but it did. Anyways, I was in at 81%, I believe, and if he hadn't gotten the crit, it would have done like 13%, which Mewtwo needs a high damage roll to OHKO me, because you're gonna see later on in the game that he is a Stall 2, and Stall 2 doesn't run special attack, so he would need a lot of a very high damage roll to OHKO my Palkia. But thanks to the crit, he doesn't need the damage roll anymore. He just comes in and can just click Side Strike. So I'm gonna have to play around that. So I'm gonna have to come up with a plan right here. Anyways, I go into my he goes into Mewtwo. He has no reason not to Side Strike, because he does a lot against everything on my team, and sadly, Sand wears off this turn, which if it didn't, it would have put me in a very good position. But I actually kind of misplayed right there. On hindsight, I should have gone for Mawile, but yeah, instead of Escadrille, just because. If he goes for Side Strike, I'm pretty sure Mawile takes it, because I'm max HP, and he will be forced to Will-O-Wisp, and Will-O-Wisp recover stuff, or he will be forced to go into his Hippowdon, which would put up the sand, and my Escadrille would outspeed, and on top of that, my Palkia would just destroy his Mewtwo on Hippowdon. But yeah, I go for Play Rough right here, and I crit him, which definitely mattered, but he's complaining in the chat. I'm seeing it right now, but dude, you got like, I miss Hydro Pump against your fucking Aegislash, and your pursuit crit my Palkia, which definitely mattered more than the crit. But anyways, I'm gonna just go for my Palkia and go for Hydro Pump and win the game. So that was a pretty good game still, Angello. Sorry if that narration was kind of shaky, but I'm still rusty at this YouTube stuff. So yeah, probably more battles to come if I get good matches in POCL. So yeah, definitely look for that. So yeah, see you later, guys. Bye.